featuring Professor Ken and Reek in the Lion's Den.
It's been all over the news that, they've been sending troops your way in Wisconsin. What's really going on since you're grounded in the turf?
Well, when you look at Attorney Barr, William Barr, the Attorney General, I don't like to call people a white supremacist or a racist unless it's appropriate, but that man there, some of the policies that he's enacting is totally white supremacist and totally racist. And the reason why I say that is because he's trying to federalize, a lot of the cities, because federal crime and state crime is different. Federal have a 99% conviction rate because the federal is the United States against you. If you commit a crime in Minnesota, it's the state of Minnesota versus Reek,
right?
Which have limited resources. But the federal government have major resources. And whenever somebody stand in front of a Capitol with guns in Michigan and say they're going to hang the mayor, which is a Democrat, and nothing is done federally, but they can send federal troops to Colorado, they can send federal troops to Milwaukee, federal troops to Chicago to federalize state crimes. That means that you see 1984, 1985, 1986, the war on drugs. You see 1994, the crime bill, 1994 reenacted. You see an attack on a specific community, which is more than likely is going to end up in mass incarceration. I guarantee you, I don't even know what the plot is, but I guarantee you that every gang member is going to be charged with the RICO Act. I guarantee you that every black male that has a gun is going to be charged with a federal crime. I guarantee you that they're going to put enhancements on every charge that the state would normally handle and make it into a federal charge, and it's going to be minimal 10 years because you got Correctional Corporation of America and William Barr and all these guys are honorary members of all these different corporations. They sit on the board of probably most of these corporations. If not, they got money invested through venture capitalists. So basically what I'm saying is that, they sent in federal troops to Milwaukee. They said that we have 97 people dead. They said we have 97 people dead. They said that over 10,000 people dead in Chicago. They said that people dying in Detroit. And they finna unleash the federal government resources on these cities and try to stop this killing. But COVID-19 have killed 150,000 people. More people than been killed probably in all these cities collectively in the last 100 years. But they're going to put all federal resources to try to stop the violence. Well, we got a bigger war. We got COVID-19 that's killing our grandmothers, our aunties, our senior citizens, our brothers and sisters with pre-existing conditions. They're dying in wholesale. But you don't have no money for that? People ain't even getting adequate testing?
Right.
People out here dying? People can't get ventilators? They have to make judgment calls who live and who don't live based on the severity of the illness? But they want to send troops in the African-American community. And the community out in Milwaukee, they just sent a whole task force. They put $20 million in Milwaukee specifically to deal with the violent crime here. 90 people got killed. And I'm not trying to minimize death, but over 150,000 people died from corona. And we can't even get testing. We can't even get adequate health care. Everybody talk about the stimulus package. It's been 6 months. I have not received now 1 penny. I ain't received 12 cents, less alone talking about 1,200. How do they know I'm not starving? How do they know I'm not about to die? How do they know that my stomach is not touching my back? That's what they need to be sending a resource to. These people who they displaced, these people that they told to give up their jobs, people they told to stay home. All these people, these American people that lost their jobs, over 150 million Americans that lost their jobs. But yet, they want to send money into the African-American community to stop the violence? What's more violent than Corona? What's more violent? 1,000 people dying a day. Per capita, man, that's like 12 Chicagos. These people are not just dying. We don't need federal resources. We don't need government agents all permeating through our community. We need jobs. We need economic opportunity. We need adequate education. Our schools are just despicable. I know dudes that graduated from high school that can't even read or write with me. I know I got a couple partners, man, that graduated from high school when I was in prison. It was dudes that graduated from high school, from the same high schools that I went through in the ghetto, and they can't even spell their own names. They need me to write a letter to their girlfriends. They don't even know if I'm trying to appeal them for their girlfriend. If I'm like, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm really writing this letter. You know what I mean? You need to be hollering at me, baby, not this fool. You know, he gave me a bag of wood nickels.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And you got murder because of the things that happen. You know, if you show movies like Boys in the Hood, Colors, is it a wonder that you got Crips and Blood after you show a movie and glorify it about colors?
Right.
Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, come on, man. Scarface, New Jack City, do I need to say more? I mean, you got games like Mortal Kombat and Grand Theft Auto where young people are killing from the age of 6 all the way to 6th grade on these computer games where the more people you kill, the more points you get. And you wonder why we got a problem with guns and with murder in our community. We all know that some black men are not intelligent enough to produce a gun. They don't know how to manufacture guns. 80% of them don't even know how to shoot guns. That's why they're killing innocent children.
Right.
And women and men. So where in the hell is these guns coming from, Reek? Who are the manufacturers of the guns? How's these guys getting assault rifles and M16s in the African American community? It's more African Americans dying in our community than in where? Iraq, Afghanistan. Why? It's not an accident. So you put the guns in the community, now you want to solve the problem. You put the drugs in the community in the 80s and in the 90s, and now you want to go in and correct the problem. Look, man, why don't you find out who's putting these guns in our community, and then we can deal with the murders.
Right.
Because the murders ain't going to stop until the guns stop coming in our community. That's the problem. We got too many goddamn guns in the African American community that is not manufactured in our community. How in the hell are these guns getting in the black community and we don't know how to manufacture? We don't even know how to shoot the guns.
Right.
We ain't got no gun ranges in the hood. Come on, man. You want to send federal troops in the hood? Send federal troops to the gun manufacturers. That's what you need to find out. Who are trafficking these guns into our community?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Send jobs into our community. We need jobs. We need opportunity. Send bank loans. Allow people to own their own homes. And then I'll believe that you're really serious about trying to help our community. So in my opinion, my humble opinion, I believe that we don't need federal troops. We don't need the ATF. We don't need all these people. One dude they found, he had $30,000. He had some heroin and whatever, and they said that because he got connected with all this stuff that he's contributing to the murder in this city. half of the murders ain't got nothing to do with no heroin, Rick,
Right.
or no cocaine, or no money. These are guys who actually grew up playing video games, killing virtual human beings.
Right.
And they lost their sense of emotionalism, sensitivity. They don't have no emotion. They have no sensitivity. Their fathers have been incarcerated. They was raised on Grand Theft Auto, on video games. They think these niggas are so crazy, and I don't mean to use it in a derogatory way, but these fools are so crazy, they actually think they're in a video game. They fighting and killed each other over colors. I mean, no disrespect to my blood and my Crip brothers in different states, but last I checked, it started in L.A.
Right.
You know, so if that's where it started at, and now it's everywhere, how did it get everywhere? You know what I'm saying? And how did guns get connected with it? Why are all my blood brothers and all my Crip brothers strapped to death? Like Jesus said, they strapped like Afghans. You know what I'm saying? They strapped like Iraqis. How did they get so strapped? What is the problem?
Yeah, these are the real questions that need to be answered.
And, I mean, yeah. So that is where I want to know. What did Hollywood play? What part did Hollywood play with this? What part did government play with this? You know, we don't see too many 9/11s anymore.
Yeah, right.
They was able to deal with that problem. We don't see people running planes in the buildings no more. They hurry up and check that. Oh, no, y'all not. Y'all ain't finna be running no buildings and no airplanes into our buildings in New York. Y'all ain't finna, that ain't happening. But 12-year-olds and 15-year-olds and 6-year-olds can run rapidly throughout the African-American community and blow each other head off every day. And nobody can stop that. But you can stop a big old plane.
Right.
You can stop a whole nation of terrorists. What they call themselves Al-Qaeda. You can stop Al-Qaeda, but you can't stop all the violence in our community, but you can stop the violence from coming to America. Where you got a problem inside America that's bigger than the problem outside of America.
Right.
You know, it's, to me, man, it's hypocrisy, brother. It's a double standard. You know, I was looking at the news, you know, and I was checking out, and I was listening to them, and the Attorney General was saying, yeah, we're going to work with these people. All law enforcement is coming together. We're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to do this. And he said, one of our aims is prevention. That should be your first aim.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't condone murder, man. Every fool that's out there that's killing senselessly should be incarcerated, you know. There should be no Jeffrey Dahmers around here. You know, I'm talking about serial killers. They're just killing for no purpose at all. You know, but, you know, it should be a different level of community participation. I'm an OG. You know what I'm saying, me? I got OGs in my community. There's OGs in Chicago. Well, in LA, the mayor is paying the gang members to stop the violence. You know, the youngsters are listening to the OGs. Why are you holding the OGs in jail for crimes that you know that were overreaching? Why don't you just let all the OGs out, get them some money, and tell them, say, hey, look, you know, the only people that these guys are listening to is you. And you, because y'all started this.
Right.
You know, so we're going to pay you guys to go out there and reach out to the young people. You know, we're going to leave this up to you guys. We're going to get out of your community, you know what I'm saying? And what do you guys want us to do? We want y'all to tighten up on the borders. We want y'all to tighten up on the manufacture of guns coming into our community. We want y'all to put more jobs in our community. And then we get out here, we'll talk to these young people, we'll educate them, we'll teach them about their history, we'll teach them about being responsible, we'll teach them about being men. We'll teach them the psychology of being a man, because being a man is a psychological process. Once that happens, then it's serious. But they can't keep attacking crime with law. You know, we're gonna just lock them up. We're gonna come down on them with every force of the law.
Right.
And like I said, William Barr, you know what I'm saying, the Attorney General, he's a racist. You know, he's definitely a racist. Not only is he a racist, he's a white supremacist. You know, he's Trump lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And we all know how Trump feel about black people, according to his niece. She said he hate black folks. She said he's a racist. This is what his own family member said. I didn't say that.
Right.
You know, and if you're a Trump follower, it's okay. That don't mean you're a racist. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to believe in the aspect of Trump that you believe in, because there's a lot of things about a Barack Obama you can best believe I don't believe in. But there were certain things that I liked about Barack Obama and certain things I didn't like about Barack Obama. So I'm not saying that because I believe that Trump had racial tendencies that his followers shouldn't follow him. You know, that's your prerogative. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, you know, I mean, the things that they are doing, you know, and it's strange. Like I said, when them guys had them guns in Michigan and in Wisconsin, they were walking on the Capitol with them guns, you didn't see not one federal troop. But when people started talking about Black Lives Matter, whether they were white or black, and Lord knows we got a lot of white people, you know, screaming Black Lives Matter. You know, I mean, I go through the white neighborhood all the time, and I see Black Lives Matter in affluent communities. So, I mean, white people even fed up with it. You know, they fed up with, you know, white supremacy. They fed up with the mistreatment of black folks. There's a lot of good white people out there, believe it or not. I know it's hard to believe for a lot of people, but there's a lot of good-hearted white people that really want to see some change. There's a lot of fake white people out there that really don't want to see change, that's acting like they Black Lives Matter, but really, you know what I'm saying, they don't care. They just going with the flow. But there's a lot of them out there that's on the front line, and you can see they getting whooped and beat. But the point that I was really trying to make is that why is white folks all of a sudden getting beat and put into unmarked cars because they screaming Black Lives Matter? When they were saying, we don't have to be in the house, or, you know, we are citizens and we have a right to be out here irrespective to what your laws are as far as staying in and social distancing and all this stuff. Didn't no federal troops come?
Right.
They're talking about, we demand you open the government back up. Didn't no federal troops come? You know? So now, you know, they want to send federal troops into my community, you know, and talk about dealing with the violence. Lord knows the violence needs to be dealt with. But Hollywood need to start making movies instead of colors in the hood. They need to make movies about Black Wall Street. They need to make movies about Black progress. They need to make movies about Black history, real history. They need to do more Black Panther type movies. You know, that's amazing within itself, Reek.
Right.
How in the hell is Black Panther the highest grossing movie of all times? And it's not been a sequel yet. Are you serious? Because it was unexpected. They didn't know the love that white people had for black people. And people were like, oh man, white people don't love black people. Oh, really? Really? Who you think buying all that hip hop?
Right.
Who you think when Bruno Mars get 2 billion views on on Instagram, you know it ain't but 13 million of us. Ain't number 30 million of us. And some of them is old women, old men, and children. Those are white people.
Right.
White people adore black people. They adore our music. More white people listen to hip hop than all the black people combined. And that's the problem. You know, a lot of racists, a lot of white supremacists do not want the racists to come together. They do not want white people to bond with us.
Right.
They do not want white people to get on our team because they know we are awesome people. They know we are ingenious. They know we are wonderful people. They know that we will rise to the top. Just like Barack Obama did. You know, instead of be a black female vice president. They demanded that Joe Biden pick a black woman. They demanded. Why? Because black folks have not done anything to anybody. Only thing we ever done something to is ourselves. Man, we killed 99 black people in Milwaukee, but not one white person was killed, to my understanding, by a black person. All these deaths were perpetrated black on black crime. It should be a vested interest in all white America to ameliorate this condition. It should be every white person should want to see black folks stop the violence. Every white person should want to see black folks with adequate employment. Every white person in America should want to see black folks highly educated. It's to the benefit of the nation. Because we're here. We all one. We don't have no other choice. We all Americans. You know? But they need to stop. And I'm talking about the white supremacists who don't want to see their racist, despicable system crumble. They need to stop using the same old tactics and strategies in order to try to kill the baby Jesus. During the time of Jesus, it was King Herod who said, kill all of the boys under 2. Kill all the babies.
Right.
Why they want to kill the babies? Because the babies will grow up to become men. The best contraceptive that any people can impose on another people is incarceration. You cannot have babies in jail unless they allow conjugal visits. You see what I'm saying? So the issue is deeper than them sending troops to Wisconsin or troops to Detroit or any of these other cities, these federal troops. The issue is the same issue that it was in the 80s. It's all about mass incarceration because it is a different approach. You know, and the best approach is to cease and desist the guns being manufactured. Figure out a way. Why don't you come up? Y'all got all these computer things. Why don't you come up with a computer system to figure out where the guns are? Right. Seize the guns. You can't kill without guns. But then, oh no, that's my Second Amendment. No, don't touch that. But if it's a problem in our community, that should be one case where it's an exception. When I was coming up, we used to duke it out. You had to know how to fight. Right. There wasn't no bunch of guns in the black community when I was coming up. You had to know how to box. Now it's a gun. If it's 10 people in a room, man, at least 7 of them got a gun. You know what I'm saying? And when a person got a gun in his mind, especially if you use video games to indoctrinate that child into believing that killing is only a game, it's fun, you get points for killing, then if you indoctrinated those people to believe that, then it's easy for those people with a gun to act irrational. Right. I guarantee you, Rick, and I'm going to close on this note, in every incident when you seen somebody at the club talking loud, you knew just from sheer intelligence, this fool got a gun. Man, this nigga talking too crazy, man. This nigga better be strapped. You know what I mean? Right. That's what everybody say. This nigga is strapped. This nigga got a gun. The nigga got a gun. I'm telling you, man. In every case where people challenge him, and he go on a shooting spree and a rampage and shoot up and accidentally kill 2 or 3 people, it's because he got a gun. Guns empower people. Gun make people act irrational. But in the case where there's no guns, when you've been to the club and nobody was strapped, everybody was partying and shaking their butt, having a good time. Dudes was hollering at the chicks. Everybody was drinking a fifth. Everybody was drinking a beer. They was down in champagne. They was campaigning. They had a good time. So we know that guns make fools think that they can do anything. The problem is, we got to stop the guns from coming in and, if somebody kill somebody, that's the law is the law. Y'all handle your business. If y'all can find out who did it, that's on y'all. And if the fool's stupid enough to get caught, then that's on him. But what I'm saying is this, that if they really want to solve the problem, like I said, they're going to have to figure out how to get rid of them guns in our community. I'm pretty sure they got some type of technology they can figure out where the guns are, and I think, and I'm gonna close on this. If the government figure out how to get the guns out of the hands of the wrong people, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they can educate people in a whole different perspective. I think that the violence will stop.
This is my book, The Art of Human Chess. It's a bestseller, New York best time seller. This book here sold millions, sold all over the world, all throughout the prison system. This is the book, The 48 Laws of Game Pimpology. Make sure you get these books. If you don't want to buy the hardcover, if you don't want to buy the paperback, then the best thing to do is go to iTunes on your cell phone and type in my name, pimpinken, and I guarantee you the book will pop up. If they don't work, go to audible.com, type in my name. If they don't work, go to amazon.com, type in my name. Anywhere books is sold all over the country, you can get my books. These are my best-selling books. You hear people talk about them all the time on Instagram, on Snapchat. These are definitely some good reads. Please get my book. I guarantee you that you will never be the same. Your life will be impacted, and also your life will be enhanced just by getting these two books, The Art of Human Chess and The 48 Laws of Game. Just like the 48 Laws of Power, just like The Art of War.
Too cool to count 24/7.